Good morning. Today is August 12th, and we are in the garden to do some cutting. We're going to do some succulent cutting, like you see, for propagation. This is another method of propagation. As you see, we are taking the tip of the plant, we're cutting it, and we take it for propagation. You have to be very careful when you cut the branches. Make sure you do a nice clean cut, and if there is a leaf separate, don't throw it away, keep the leaves, because we can grow the seeds leaves also. There are many different varieties in this garden that we are going to prepare and get ready for next few months. In a few months they are start rooting, and we are putting it in a 2-inch pot and 4-inch pot. I want you to see the view of the garden. This is my garden, and there are many different varieties of succulent here that we're propagating all year round and making more and more and more. As you see, they are very healthy, very crisp. All they need to be watered and fertilized to get ready for more cutting. Every cut that we do right now, in about 3 to 4 months, is going to be double. As you see, the branch out like this, so you cut this and you put it in a 2-inch pot, then it start growing. I want to take you to the other side of the garden to show you more of the varieties that we are going to cut today. We are continuing getting more cutting, different variety. As you see, this is the end of the cutting when you are separating it from the plant. You know, it's about 4 or 5 layers of the leaves, and very healthy. So you can clean it as much as you can. There are dust in there, and let it dry out for a few days. After that, use the root hormone and plant them. We're going to go on the other side to get more cutting. These are Sepivera. As you see, it's very firm. We're going to cut the dead portion of it. They have a very beautiful flowers, but we don't need to keep them on a plant because we want them to be growing recycle them actually by cutting them and putting them back into the new pots. This is the cutting. As you saw, we got some cutting a few days ago. We let them a little bit dry out. Now is about time to propagate them. As you see, we have two different sizes of pottery. We have a 2 inches and 4 inches round. Before you start propagating, you need the root hormone, which is right here. Also, you're gonna have a gloves just to protect your skin. And we start with the 2 inches, and then later on we do the 4 inches. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you exactly the way we propagate them. This is a cutting. You're going to get a little bit of the leaves out, and you place it in the root hormone, as you see, and you place it into the pot. This is the method of cutting, and after 3-4 weeks these are well rooted, and after 2 months is ready to be transferred to a different size pot. You have to be a little bit careful. Some of the succulents has very fragile leaves. Some is much stronger. So you just want to make sure that you don't break them, because if you break them and you don't notice them, they may root, but they never grows on the top because it's disconnected from the bottom. This is a very good and proper way of propagation. As you see, it's all placed very organized and neatly. This is the way you do it. Now I'm going to do all of them, and then I'll show you the finished tray. Now you see the whole tray is finished. We had 2 rows available, so we did different succulent. This sort of tray is 8 by 8, so it's a 64 succulent. Now we are finished with this tray, and we're gonna start doing the 4 inches. This is 4-inch pot, and generally in a 4-inch pot we put 3 pieces of succulents, 3 cutting, sometimes 4 cutting. You have to remember that when you are doing the 4 inches pot, it's always good to keep them and let them grow, and then get a cutting out of them. On a 2-inch also you can do that, but we call them the stock plant. Stock plant are the ones that you use for cutting or more propagation. I'm going to show you now this tray. and then I show you the finished. This is how they become. They are very gorgeous, very nice. So we're a little bit patient with them. It's a little bit tender and crisp. They may crack, break. So propagation of succulent is always fun thing to do. For people like me that is retired, I enjoy doing it. I have a fun with them. I spend several hours a day in the garden, and definitely it's something that I recommend for everybody to enjoy their time, to spend time in the garden and do a little bit gardening with the cacti and succulent. In the future videos, you see I'm going to show you lots of propagation of many different cacti and succulent, and slowly from this variety we move to the more valuable and rare species. I'm sure you're going to get a very good enjoyment out of my videos. I'm going to have very much of the educational value to my videos, that you be able to take a note and learn how to do it. I'm sure by now many people been doing it and they love it and they're doing it and they know how to do it, but it's always good to know more and more and more. For many years I used to sell succulent, and my succulent was very popular, and people always come to my booth, and usually on Saturdays, Sundays when I was selling them, my booth was full of the anxious people to see what I have new. So as I said, in the near future on my video, check my channel and you see lots of different videos about many different rare species of succulents that perhaps some of them are not available around. Now, as you see, we are done with 4 inches. What we are going to do, we're not going to water them for about a couple of weeks, and we keep them in somewhere shady and cool to start rooting. After 2-3 weeks you can move a little bit on the pieces. You see that they are pretty tight in the soil, means they are start rooting. I want to let you know that when the cutting does not have a root, do not be very much anxious to water them, especially in the winter time. No root will appear, you're definitely going to lose them, and let them dry and let them naturally start rooting slowly and surely. Now that we're done with 4 inches, you may be wondering what we are going to do with these leaves. On my next video you see a method of propagation of these leaves. There are several different ways which I'm going to demonstrate for you. If you have any question or comment, leave below, and push the like button and subscribe to my channel, and review my videos as we go further into the life of succulents and propagation and other areas prevention of the damages or diseases whatsoever, you will get more information on these succulents. I'm sure by subscribing to this channel you will get enough knowledge to be able to work out with your succulents and grow very successfully. Thank you very much for watching my channel. See you on next video.